Hello there, my name is Kale. I am a 21-year-old college student in transition. I'm living with my parents right now, trying to get things sorted together so I can just discern what I want to do with my future and what things are looking like for me and my fiance. But one thing that you probably would not be able to tell about me right off the bat is that I am a huge fan of the show My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. Now, before you turn off the video, before you freak out, let me explain some things. Yes, I'm full aware that My Little Pony has had a history of it being very girly, very feminine. Yeah, and you know, I've watched some of the old stuff, and it's just really not all that appealing to me. And it usually isn't to most people, and even from the get-go, from the title sequence of the current reboot of the show, you know, it's still, you know, at first glance extremely feminine, or most would say, at the very least. And you know, so people being confused, repulsed, etc. about an adult male saying that they watch My Little Pony, that's understandable, because that's what that's sort of the precedent that's been set over the years. And I admit, when I was told about the show, actually my best friend, he got into it first, a couple months after the first season of the reboot of the show aired. He told me about it, and I was just kind of like, dude, really? Really? You watched that? No, please, no, no. And I was a little bit, this was like, whatever, it's whatever you want to do, man. And then like he was telling me that it wasn't that bad and whatever, and I was like, yeah, it's My Little Pony. No. I was very skeptical about the show. But September of last year, sometime before my birthday, I decided to watch it with him, because he was watching it with his friends over Skype, and I was like, okay, it's, you know, something to do with my friend, so I'll just go ahead and do it. I watched it, and 2-3 episodes in, I was hooked. It's a great show. The voice acting's excellent, the animation's good, the humor's good. It, you know, breaks a lot of, you know, stereotypes as far as like what a show that is, you know, seemingly geared towards young girls can do. You know, it's, you know, Lauren Faust, the creator of the show, she's been, you know, part of other projects like Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, stuff that a lot of people like, guys and girls. She's also done a lot of other stuff. The voice actors for the show, Tara Strong, for example, she's done all kinds of stuff. She was in Teen Titans. She was in a one of the newer episodes of Scooby-Doo. I mean, she's done a lot of voice work across a whole bunch of different cartoons. So, but Lauren Faust herself, she says that the show isn't explicitly geared towards little girls. She acknowledges the fan base known as Bronies, if you've heard anything about it, which if you're on the internet and you're watching this, you probably have. Either, unless you're a parent that a child decided to show this video to, you know, that's what the fan base of the current generation of My Little Pony is called, is Bronies. And yes, I am a Brony. Lauren Faust, she acknowledges Bronies, and she loves them. Like the entire cast of the show is absolutely in love with the entire fan base. Daniel Ingram, the composer for the show, he's a Brony. Like if you go to his Facebook page, you can scroll through his pictures, and you can see that he actually has avatars of himself as a pony. And I've drawn a few pictures myself as a pony character, and you know, so, and that's something else that I'll get into later as far as like what Bronies do, aside from just watch the show. But You know, it's a quality show. It's a show that, you know, if you can get past what it seems to be based on its appearance, and you are an animation fan, if you like cartoons, then you're pretty a shoo-in to really like the show if you can get past what it looks like at first glance. Now, as far as what Bronies do, we do a lot more than just watch the show. There's people who create artwork, original animations, music. There's a lot of musicians who refer to themselves as either pony beat artists or pony musicians that do a lot of really good work. The Living Tombstone, Rainbow Crash 88, gosh, there's so many other ones that do things. But you know, we create the show itself has generated so many fans and so many people who just use it as a venue to create so many interesting works of art. And it's just a really, you know, creative fan base with just really loving and creative people. And you know, that's one of the draws of the fan base itself, let alone the show, is just that it is such a loving community. And if you're a parent and your kids, you know, you ask them, and if they're a Brony and part of the community, they will tell you that. You know, chances are they've gotten help from other people within the community. But at any rate, yeah, stereotypes. People's first assumption is that the only explanation for us liking the show is that we're either gay or we're sexually repressed or just other stuff. Just any excuse somebody can come up with, any reasoning they can conjure up, they'll pin on a fan of the current generation of My Little Pony, because it does not make sense to people that a genre that has been so feminine for so long could possibly be a good thing, or possibly be something that guys could get into. And when people hear that the primary fan base for the current generation of My Little Pony is guys, and more so guys my age, I'm 21, that freaks people out and makes no sense. So it's one of two possibilities. Either something is horribly wrong with us, or it is a genuine quality television show that people can get into. And I'm here today to try to persuade those of you that are watching that that is indeed the case. It is a show very much worth watching. One of the other stereotypes is that we don't have a life, that we are immature, etc. For the record, not to sit and just go on and brag, but I am engaged to be married. I have completed 2 years of community college. I made it on the dean's list last semester. And on top of that, I spend a fair amount of time, you know, doing different kinds of ministry work over the internet. Let's see, I speak Japanese. I have my own artwork. I'm a musician myself. And I'm hoping this fall to get into either Berea College or Eastern Kentucky University. So I do have a life, you know, and I guarantee you that if you actually get to know some of the people within the community, they will tell you they have lives too. With any fan base, any interest, be it Star Wars or various anime, Japanese cartoons, there are some people, yeah, who every day they will dress up like characters from their favorite Japanese cartoon. You know, they won't shower, they you know, just don't take care of themselves. That's what their entire lives are based around. Yeah, there are some people like that. Some. But that's not, you know, again, those are personal issues. That's not something that, you know, is true of everyone amongst It's not true of every single anime fan out there. So yeah, you'll probably find some bronies who are a little off their rocker too. And I'm not trying to make us look bad. I'm just saying, you know, that's the reality of it. That's the reality of human beings in general. There's always somebody who's in kind of a sorry state. So I'm just being realistic, and you know, so some of you aren't surprised when you do come across people that take things a little too far. But all that said, I just want to encourage you to actually watch the show. You know, maybe 2 or 3 episodes of the first or second season. If you don't like it, you don't like it. At least you've seen the show and you can actually judge that for yourself. If you can get past, if you're mature enough and comfortable enough with yourself to get past the first 3 episodes of the show, and then from there draw a conclusion as to whether or not you actually like it, you know, then that's okay. That makes sense. But if you're going to go around insulting people or saying they're gay or that they don't have a life or whatever else, and you haven't even seen the show and you're just assuming it because of what it's called or what it looks like, who's the immature one? And I'm not saying that to make a major stab at you, just, I mean, think about it. All that said, I hope this was informative. I hope that it created some food for thought, and hopefully, you know, you have a better view of what a brony is, and have at least remotely opened yourself up to giving the current generation of My Little Pony a chance. Alright, this is Kale signing off. God bless, and goodbye.